Yeah, so that's cooked just means something that's like crazy. And when I was thinking about starting a podcast, I was like, what do I want this to be? And I don't want it to be just another wrestling podcast. I also don't want it to be something that's like so overly produced that it's boring. And I think we've also gotten to this point with it where it's like, I have put this off for so long because I'm not ready. I don't have time. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. I haven't got my light. I haven't got a good tripod. I haven't got that, like whatever the fuck else other excuse I've made up. And then I just decided maybe that's what this podcast is. Maybe this podcast is a genuine look into the life of Steph De Lander. And that's something that I've tried to do online recently anyways, is like give people more of an insight of who I actually am, not just the character that you saw on WWE TV or the character that you see me portraying on the indies, which, I mean, it's pretty fucking close to who I am. This is the closest I've ever felt connected to my character. But I was like, I just need to stop putting so much pressure on myself of this being perfect and just start creating content and putting it out there and seeing what happens. So if this audio isn't perfect, if my camera is wonky, if none of this is enjoyable and there's, nothing anyone can take away, at least I fucking tried, right? So yeah, without further ado, welcome to That's Cooked. In classic Steph fashion, I have not prepared enough for this. I was honestly planning on having guests, and I still do want to have some guests for sure. But I think I also realized that it's just not feasible to have a guest every single week. And this is something that I want to release weekly. And I want to have like 30-minute episodes because I don't want it to be like just way too much. So I think I want to have like 30-minute episodes. Definitely going to have some guests. I actually have like some pretty lit people lined up, but because I have such awesome guests that have already said yes, I was like, I think I need to rep out a few of these by myself and like figure out how the equipment works, make some mistakes, learn from my mistakes. I didn't want to get awesome guests and then we record and it's like, oh fuck, the audio sucks or we can't use this. Like that's the last thing I wanted. So I was like, I'm just going to rep out a few solo in my crib with my cats in the background, fucking shit up in front of my fish tanks. I don't have like a fancy That's Cooked sign. Maybe I will at some point, but I was planning on traveling with this on the road. Realistically, I was going to try on the road every show I do, try and catch someone and record a podcast. And we did that in Australia. I don't know if anyone has seen any of the footage that I posted. I posted a reel of it on Instagram of just like a clip that I cut. It's a lot harder. Colt Cabana. How the fuck did you do this, dude? Like, it is a lot harder to record a podcast on the road than you think it is because, first of all, you're in such a loud environment. Like, there's so much background noise at a show. It's so hard to find a room that's quiet. Like, I'm in my house. I've turned all my fish tank filters off. I've turned my cat watering fucking station off. Anything that makes noise, I've turned off. And I can still hear background noise. So it was kind of a lost cause at that show. We ended up in an electrical room where there was an aircon that we just couldn't turn off. So the audio was fucked. So I couldn't even use the audio from my microphone. I had to use it for my camera. And I honestly might have to use it for my camera this time too. So one day I'll figure out these fucking microphones. Actually, the death of me. I would pay someone to come and like get my fucking shit together with these microphones because I figured out the camera. For the life of me, I cannot figure out how the fuck these motherfuckers work. I just sat here for 20 minutes trying to like put shit together and alter it and change it and test it and this, like whatever. Anyone who knows about audio, whatever I'm doing wrong, please tell me. I need to do more than just watch like a 1-minute YouTube video, but that's okay. Oh my God. Denver, stop. Hey, this is where it all falls apart because my cat's going to ruin this fucking podcast. Denver, stop. Okay. So, yeah, that's kind of the lowdown. We're just flying by the seat of our pants, but it's okay. I think it's doable. I think we're gonna make some magic. Was anyone wondering how the fuck I look so good today? I did my makeup in 10 minutes, but we don't need to talk about that. I haven't even showered today. I'm disgusting. But the reason why I look so fucking beautiful is because of this, a new product that I've launched. It's called DSL by SDL. Let me show you motherfuckers. Focus, bitch. There we go. DSL by SDL. This is a matte red lip stain. The color is called GTA Stripper Red because I feel like when you say that, everyone can picture that. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. That hot chick in the bikini on the loading screen and she's got the fucking, like, the lollipop and she's like, that is what this is. So this is the matte red lip stain. I'm literally wearing it right now. It's actually like, and I'm not just saying this because it's my product. This is a really nice color. Like, this is a really nice shade of red. And I just thought, you know what? I have worn red lipstick in every single match I have ever had in the last 6 years. Every single match. And for me, I'm always trying to find like a cheap matte red that's not going to transfer onto my opponent's gear, that's not going to smudge on my face the second I start wrestling. I wanted that bright cherry red that makes your teeth look white, just that like, mwah, exactly what you picture when you think of red lipstick. And I was like, I've been trying to hunt this down for 6 years and I've found a few that are really good. But then I thought, I'm in my transcending era. I'm trying to elevate. Why the fuck don't I start my own? So that's where DSL was born. If you're wondering what DSL stands for, you should Google it. Maybe put Urban Dictionary at the end of it. You'll find out. My mum found out. So that was a fun week of ignoring my mum's phone calls. If you want a red lip that goes the distance, DSL by SDL, GTA Stripper Red. You can buy it at stephdelanderstore.com. It's available now. It ships worldwide. I'm going to have it at merch tables, but I only brought a limited amount of product. So if you want it, don't sleep on this shit because it's going to sell out, I reckon, pretty fucking soon. So yeah, that is why I look fucking incredible today, in case you were wondering. So as far as what else is going to be on this podcast, because I mean, as much as I would love to, and as much as Matt Cardona would be proud of me, I can't just talk about what I'm selling. Like, I can't just try and make money all the time, although it is so tempting. And that is something that I did learn from Matt, is there's always money to be made, you know? No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, I have learned so much in such a short period of time from Matt. Like, it's unreal. Even my earnings, like at the merch table, have gone up exponentially, like doubled, if not tripled. And that's another reason why I made this lipstick, is because Matt explained it to me how important it is to have merch at different levels, like a $5 product, a $10 product, a $50, a $20, a $50, a this, a that. Like, that is why, part of why I released the lipstick was like, okay, you know, I want to have a product that's like a $5 product or a $10 product, you know? So that's another reason why I started it. And also there's a lip balm too. So yeah. Well, I am looking for, see, I'm not even organized. I'm literally on Facebook right now because I asked the major pod group, which I know so many of you listening are going to be from the major pod. I asked here we go. The major pod motherfuckers, the major marks, what they wanted to know, because I knew I was going to be talking to myself a lot. And I had people say like, hey, you should probably get a second person just to riff off and to bounce off, so it's not just you talking to yourself the entire time. And I agree. So I probably will try and get someone at some point, but I also am pretty fucking good at talking to myself, talking about myself. So we'll see. It actually might be all right. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few of these things that the major pod boys and girls wanted to know, and maybe some of you might find it slightly interesting. Okay. How annoyed were you that they cut the Duke Hudson, Indy, and Dexter storyline before it had the chance to get going? Well, I knew people ask me about this all the time. And everyone wants to know like how I feel and if I was comfortable doing what I was doing and blah, blah, blah. And look, like the way that I looked at it was, if you were going to ask me to make out with someone who's not my boyfriend, well, I had another boyfriend at the time, every week, I am going to commit 110% and try and be as disgusting and over the top and ridiculous as possible, because I knew at the time, I was like, this is different to everything else that's on the show right now and on television and wrestling in general. No one's really doing this like overly sexual content right now. So if we have an opportunity to do something that no one else is doing, like, let's do it and let's make people pay attention. And that's exactly what we did. Like, we got the highest viewed videos on Twitter and the NXT Instagram and TikTok. And like, we really smashed it because we just went balls to the wall. I was sad that they cut it. I was sad that they, obviously I was sad that I got let go, but I was sad that they cut the story because there was so many different ideas and so many different ways that we could have twisted it and turned it. And, we had so much up our sleeve that, definitely like it was disappointing because I feel like we had, our legs cut out from underneath us prematurely. So that kind of sucked. But that's showbiz, baby. Like, it is what it is, So what are you going to do? All right, let's see. If a fan wanted to thank you by giving you one, would you accept pre-rolls from a fan? So, the answer to that is no, because I've decided that I'm not taking anything like that from strangers. It's just not safe. I didn't think about it for a while. I was like, yeah, give it to me. And then I was like, hold on. This actually could be potentially dangerous at some point. And I'm not good at setting boundaries or knowing when enough is enough. Like, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want excess, I want everything, I'll do like, I'm very much like, I need an adult at all times. I need an adult being like, stop, right? So I had to be my own adult, and I had to set a rule. I can't accept this kind of stuff from fans. The same way that I wouldn't accept like, unpackaged food or treats, or like if someone was like, hey, I baked you brownies, I'd be like, I'm good. You just don't know. In 2023, it's a dangerous, scary world out there, especially as a woman in wrestling. People can be so psychotic that it's like, I just can't risk it. So unfortunately, no. But I really do appreciate the gesture. You guys are fucking awesome. Every time someone brings me a gift at the merch table, it lights me up. It makes my day. Like, I don't want you guys to think that we don't appreciate you, because I appreciate you so fucking much. I just can't take that kind of stuff from strangers anymore. Let me see. What is the biggest lesson Matt has taught you? I would, honest, as I said before, like, Matt has taught me so much that it's actually crazy. Like, he's taught me so much. So I can't even, it's like, it's hard to summarize it. But off the top of my head, the biggest lesson I would say is not letting people take advantage of you and knowing your worth, you know, because in wrestling, like, you see so many people, so many promoters trying to pull one up over the wrestlers and trying to get away with not paying them or not putting them up in a hotel, or we're putting 4 people in one hotel room, or expecting people to pay their way, just like, or taking a percentage of their merch money. Like, whatever it is, everyone is trying to pull some shady shit as far as I'm concerned. Like, everyone's trying to fuck you, and it's up to you whether or not you're going to let them. And that's something that I learned from Matt, is like, you always have to have your best interest at heart, because no one else does. Who else is looking out for Steph De Lander other than Steph De Lander? You know, like, you have to be your own advocate. You have to know your worth. And sometimes you have to be the asshole, and you have to have the hard conversations, and you have to say the uncomfortable shit, and you have to call people out because no one else is. And time again, show after show, Matt and I see wrestlers that are letting themselves get taken advantage of. And then, you know, people sit there and they wonder why they're getting treated this way. And I really feel like, even like, this is a life lesson. Like, you train people how to treat you. The way that you let people talk to you and treat you, and how much you let them pay you, and how much you let them get away with, like, all of that stuff, that is creating this image of what you think you're worth. But if you go, I'm not wrestling for $70, $100, or whatever the fuck is below you. Like, if you say that and you set that standard for yourself, sure, you might lose a few bookings, but overall, you're going to start to get taken a lot more seriously, and your worth is going to skyrocket, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of people out there getting paid a lot more than you think they are. I'm going on a tangent now, and I know it's not as simple for everyone, and I know people need experience, and I know people need reps, and I know people need all that kind of stuff. But the paid in exposure bullshit is so not, there's just no room for it in 2023, you know? So I would say that's the biggest lesson from Matt, is like, stand up to these motherfuckers sometimes. Like, you have to. And sure, you might miss out on a couple of things, but if you're missing out on it for standing up for yourself and for knowing your worth, did you really want to do it in the first place? Food for thought. That's on period. No, he's a fucking genius. He really is a genius. It's insane. All right. If you, this is funny. So someone's asking if, okay, so let me backtrack. Matt and I were in Japan, and we had to fly via Chicago to get back to Orlando. And we land in Chicago. And because Matt is a US citizen and Matt has a US passport, he goes in the US passport citizen line. I have to go in the I'm foreign line, right? My line is like fucking 2 hours long, and his line is just chilling. So I'm like, oh, fuck. We had like 2 hours to make our connection, and I was like, I'm going to miss this bitch. And to top it all off, there was no signal in that building. Like, this line was snaked snaked around. There was babies crying. People were losing their fucking minds. I was standing there wearing my beads, disassociating, listening to a crime podcast because I was like, I'm not doing this. This is fucked. Anyway. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm cooked. I messaged Matt. I was like, I'm going to miss this fucking flight. There's nothing I can do. He messaged me. He's like, I think I can make it. It's like, fuck. So Matt gets through. Matt makes his connection. I will say we bought an extra bag in Tokyo because we both bought so much shit. He took the extra bag so I didn't have to deal with it. So thank you, Matt. You're a fucking good one. And then I missed the flight and I go up to the counter and I go, hey, I've missed my flight, blah, blah, blah. And also, mind you, we had like one day at home before we were back on the road again. One day. I missed my flight. And they go, oh, there's no other flights to Orlando tonight. I'm like, fuck. Okay, lit. What now? She's like, we're going to have to put you up in a hotel and we'll get you a flight tomorrow morning. I'm like, cool. They give me a $50 voucher for a taxi to this fucking hotel. It is a 35-minute drive. Why would you not put me in an airport hotel? 35-minute drive. Put me fucking next door. Are you for real? 35-minute drive. I'm like, okay, lit. The drive was $100 and they gave me a $50 voucher. I'm like, oh, I'm just fucking losing it. Like, sometimes when these travel things happen, you just have to go, I actually can't think about how annoying this is because if I think about it, I'm going to lose my mind. I go, okay, cool. Get to this fucking shithole of a hotel. I think it was like a Motel 6 or just something like ridiculous. Fucking get my Uber Eats Chipotle, have my Chipotle, go to bed. I wake up at 12:30 a.m. and there is someone trying to get into my hotel room, trying to open the door. Luckily, I had second latched it because I'm a woman who fucking travels by herself. So I'm like, I'm not about to die. I watch enough crime shit. I know how this goes. So I double latched it. So someone's trying to open the door and I'm in the room by myself in the middle of the night in a shithole in Chicago. I was like, in what fucking universe is that a normal thing to do? So then I was like, what? Like, what? What am I meant to do about this shit? So then I open my hotel room door and there's a hotel worker standing there and another woman is like having a go at him. And I just pop my head out. I go, hey, someone was trying to get into my room. And he goes, oh, so sorry. We were checking to see if the room was occupied. And I said, it's fucking the middle of the night. I'm a woman by myself. Why wouldn't you ring or do anything other than try and break into my room in the middle of the, like, what? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. If that was someone in that room that had a gun and they thought someone was trying to break in, like, this is how shootings like that happen. Like, what the actual fuck? I was like, okay, that's literally insane behavior and I'm going back to bed. I went back to bed, wrote a fucking email. Of course I haven't heard back because fucking Motel 6. Delta or whatever bullshit airline it was, haven't heard back from them either. Anyways, it was a nightmare. The moral of the story is Matt told this story, not the whole thing, but the part where he got on the flight and I didn't on his podcast. And a whole bunch of fans were like, oh my God, I can't believe you left Steph by herself, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, bitch, I'm going to bed. If I have the opportunity to go to bed, I'm going to bed. And a whole bunch of fans were like, Steph, how did you feel about that? And I'm like, if I have the opportunity to go to bed, Matt, you're on your fucking own. Like, the way that this shit goes, we travel so much. We're together so much. If someone has an opportunity to go to bed and be in their own house for an extra night, you take it. That is not selfish. That is like, you need to look after yourself because in a team and in a pairing, if Matt's not okay, I'm not okay. If I'm not okay, his work gets fucked up too. So it's in both of our best interests that both of us are as chill and well rested as possible. And the best way to do that is to be at home as much as you can when you can. So I was like, nah, dude, if the tables were turned, I would 1000 fucking %. I wouldn't have even thought about it. I wouldn't have even taken the extra bag. I would have been like, see you in Orlando, motherfucker. Like, that's just the way it goes. So yeah, that's on that. I was not butthurt about it at all. Yeah, so that's that. What have I got coming up next? I don't fucking know. Tonight is my friend Steph De Lander. She is one of the funniest fucking comedians I've ever seen. She actually the funniest. You know what? She's 100% the funniest. Like, this bitch is fucking hilarious. She's so funny. She's here in Orlando tonight. By the time this comes out, it's going to be past, but we're going to her show tonight. She's doing a show tomorrow in Tampa, so we're going to Tampa tomorrow. But tonight, I've convinced her to come to Halloween Horror Nights with me. I am so fucking excited. I am obsessed. I am the ultimate, like, white girl, pumpkin spice, Halloween, spooky season. I love fall. Dress me up as a fucking witch. Like, I love it. I think because I was born in Australia, and Australia doesn't really give a fuck about Halloween. Like, they don't give a shit. They're trying these days. They're trying, but they don't really give a fuck. Whereas America, obviously, it's the most, like, ridiculous, all over the place, everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, money-making exercise, and I'm all in. Take my fucking money. Take my money, put pumpkin spice in my ass. I fucking love Halloween. I love it. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just something about it. And you know what? Hot girls in Halloween costumes, I'm not fucking complaining. I'm just saying, you want to be a sexy nurse? You want to be a sexy cop? You're a fireman? You're a fucking motocross driver? What else are you? Like, do it. Do more, queen. I'm here for it. You look great. Everyone's happy about this situation. I think last year I had 5 Halloween costumes. This year I am definitely doing a sexy Halloween photo shoot. I'm definitely finding a Halloween party to go to. Like, any excuse to dress up and do dumb shit, I am fucking here for it. So, hot girls, live your best, get the tits out, wear the fucking Halloween costume. I am here for it. We're all here for it. Fucking SDL, stamp of approval, slutty Halloween costumes. I fucking love it. So yeah, it's spooky season. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fresh. Yesterday, I bought a whole bunch of dumb Halloween shit. I went to Marshall's and spent $125 because, like, what else are you going to like, come on. What the fuck are we doing? You know, like, of course I'm going to do that. So yeah, we're in full swing. It's September. We roll from spooky season into Thanksgiving, another amazing American treat because we don't have it in Australia. Then Christmas, and then my birthday's in January. So it's a really fucking exciting time of year for, like, outside of wrestling stuff. Wrestling stuff lit, of course, but I swear to fucking God, every day that I'm in Orlando, I'm going to try and go to Halloween Horror Nights. I'm going to buy the pass where you can go as many times as you want and just fucking go ham because it makes me feel good. And everyone needs to do more of what makes them feel good. Am I right? I'm right. Okay, well, on that note, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Whenever the fuck this drops, will it drop? I don't know. Microphone. Is this thing on? Has that worked? Is the camera fucking, are you recording? I don't know if this is what, is this thing on? Does that work? Is the camera, is the red light, so red light means, yeah. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to That's Cooked with Steph De Lander. I honestly don't know if this episode is gonna make it online. You know what's so funny? Maybe this is my shtick, is like I'm literally just recording a bunch of episodes that are never going to see the light of day. Isn't that fucking depressing? All right, well, until next time.